the products that you use every day that could actually be in your pocket right now was developed by this man right here. Now, you may be wondering why I chose Steve Jobs. Why would I choose this man? Well, for one particular reason is that we use his technology every day. We use it for filming. We use it for sending out tweets for social media ambassador use. That we tweet great things every day because of what this man thought of with his partner, Steve Wozniak. It all started when Stephen Paul Jobs was born on February 24th of 1995. Steve was actually adopted and was abandoned by his parents. And the father he was adopted by actually worked with electronics, so he actually had a pretty decent start out in the electronic field, like most of us probably don't even have. Whoever thought that he was going to change the world in such a way that we use his technology every day? So you may be asking, why and where does Steve Wozniak fit in? Isn't he like the inventor behind everything that went on and really got Steve Jobs started with getting into Apple and building that company? Well, he was actually, when Steve and Paul Jobs actually got into electronics to start doing that, he actually enrolled in Homestead High School, where he seemed to click and develop with Steve Wozniak there, and they formed a relationship with and through electronics. So once these two actually started to click and actually build the Apple computer, Steve Jobs, after high school, he went to college, of course, like any normal guy would go to college, or a normal gal goes to college, correct? But he suddenly dropped out of nowhere. And was this the end for our likely person that was going to change our worlds forever? No. In actually 1974, he took a video game designing position at the video game company Atari. But then the story gets even crazier. He then drops out of working for Atari as a game designer, and then he starts actually working with Wozniak, which they already have, but actually really starts getting into nitty-gritty of how the first Apple computer is actually going to really work. So in 1976, when they really started getting on the nitty-gritty of how the Apple would work, and they actually started to finish it during that time, and they actually put it on the market for sale, it earned the company $774,000. And the Apple II sales were up by 700%. But in the 1980s, the value of his company was around $1.2 billion. So after all this profit, this man never takes a CEO position in his own company, and thus he gets kicked out. But this is not the end for this man. He then goes on to invest $50,000 into a movie-making production company that we all know and love, Pixar. And they go on to create the movies like The Incredibles, Toy Story, and Finding Nemo. Jobs comes back towards the 1990s to the 2000 era, and when he comes back, he makes Apple flow. They needed new and innovative ideas to really make the company work. And with him coming back and actually taking a position in the company now, he makes the system flow and really innovates Apple for good, and really makes the rise of this company fly far beyond what we've seen before. And this leads us into the era of the iPhone and the MacBook Air and the iPod. And as we start to see all this success over all these new inventions that come out that are helping us and are leading us to today, this man is actually faced with pancreatic cancer. And he's been fighting it for quite a while. And this is the end for our inventor, a man who's changed our world and what we do every day. and he dies on October 5th, 2011. Whoa! Sorry, didn't mean that to make that as depressing as it really was. But he's a man who revolutionized what we do every day. And just how important he is, I hope you realize, because we